Well, hello, good evening, and welcome again to the 2012fad.com. I will be your host for this evening, and my name is Charlie Bluehawk. Last night we talked about the lab rat and how much of what we see and what we hear around us seems like someone is running lab tests on us, as if we were all rats in a maze. Whether it's the automatons provoking us in whatever form they come in, whether it's Project Bluebeam projecting three-dimensional images of people near us and then projecting those same people again 5 minutes later someplace else in the street or in the same bus, engaging our psychological response, just like rats in a maze. I honestly don't know, and I'd love to hear from you if you have had these sort of experiences. And just tell me if you want me to talk about them on air or not. If you don't, I'll understand. We'll keep it completely confidential if you wish. I would just like to know, just for me. Tonight I thought we would chat about vivisection and what your local doctor in the West had to go through in order to become a certified physician. First, let me explain to you what the word vivisection means. In the simplest possible terms, it means cutting into a living body while that body is alive, alert, aware, awake, and there are no painkillers involved. And you start to remove the internal organs. It was used in ancient times as a means of execution, and I'm guessing that after seeing one vivisection, you would never ever want to break the law for any reason. You see, while the doctor, I meant to say while the executioner is cutting you open, you are still alive, and there is no painkiller. You feel every slice of the knife on your skin. You feel the knife cutting into your skin. You feel the knife cutting into your flesh. You feel the knife cutting into your muscles. You feel the crack as the hammer hits your ribs, which are now exposed and open and bare. You feel the hacking as the saw cuts through your ribs, or if the executioner is in a hurry, they'll just break your ribs with a hammer. Once they have a nice big hole in your chest, you're still alive. You are still breathing. You are still conscious. You are still awake. And you can still feel everything. Then, they start to cut out your internal organs one at a time. And they continue to do this all while you are still alive, still breathing, still watching as they make a pile of your internal organs in front of your eyes. And you can feel it all. That's what executioners, did I say doctor? Did centuries ago. I'm told it's still a big favorite in some foreign countries where their laws still permit this and where the CIA will ship you so you can be killed in this fashion, where it's legal. Again, please remember our masters and their servants, the CIA, for one. They're all based on satanic worship, black magic ritual. And in black magic, you must always follow the law. And so, this is the wonderful form of torture that really makes a point to you and to anyone who's forced to watch. To our masters, it's more like a game show. They bet to see how long you will live as the pile of organs grows next to you. A really skilled executioner, did I say doctor? Can get most of your organs out before you finally die. But that's a real professional with years of experience in that sort of thing. Today we're talking about the vivisection of animals, dogs and monkeys, and how, in order to become a doctor in the West, you must perform a vivisection on a dog or a monkey. A living, breathing, feeling animal. If it's a dog, it's usually a family pet that got lost, ends up in the pound, and is sold for medical experimentation. I should point out right off the top, none of this is necessary in medicine. None of it. Vivisection is done for a completely non-medical reason. It's to assure that your doctor is no longer a human being. It is specifically designed by our masters to assure that your doctor, once they have graduated, has nothing in common with the rest of the human race, and therefore is completely desensitized to whatever horrors they will inflict on you in the name of modern Western medicine. Now, our doctors only receive 1 semester of training on nutrition, and then only, high school level, so basically it's nothing. And so the things that a human body really needs to repair itself, plenty of oxygen, a strong magnetic field, a certain amount of sunlight, fresh water, and clean and healthy food, our doctors don't know anything about that. What do our doctors know about? Well, they know about cutting us up and giving us petroleum-based medicines that make us ill. But a doctor is very quick to prescribe a whole collection of petroleum-based medicines because they get them for free. And then they get kickbacks from the drug companies when they prescribe these things for you. So why do you need, these things, these petroleum-based medicines? Because the artificial food additives you eat at McDonald's or your local grocery store, they're plastics. Food filler is plastic. The left-handed molecules that are artificial sweeteners that are nothing but battery acid. The artificial coloring that gives you ADD. So when you are sick from all these petroleum-based chemicals in your food, your doctor will prescribe more petroleum-based medicines to make you feel better. Now, as of 2008, almost all U.S.-based medical schools reportedly stopped using dogs for vivisection. Reportedly. Today, almost all U.S.-based medical schools are using monkeys from Cambodia and Indonesia for vivisection. So they've switched from butchering man's best friend and are now butchering our closest relatives. So again, how can you be human and butcher a living, breathing, feeling animal who now looks like a little furry human, a baby? Makes you even less human. And as always, you can look all this stuff up for yourself online. Please do. But I warn you, you will need a strong stomach. I guess I'm no longer human anymore because, frankly, none of this surprises me. I've known about the practice of vivisection in the United States in medical schools for decades. But like most of the things I know, it's ugly, it's mean, it's sad, it's tragic, and it serves no purpose. It's not needed. It's not necessary. So why do it? Because it makes money. And to our masters, anything that degrades us as a race, as a species, as a people, anything that divides us from each other is just great fun. It's great sport, and it's endlessly entertaining. And our masters want us to be exactly like them. So, if you're there in the United States and you have to go to your local doctor and you're a little put off by their arrogance, their condescension, the belittling indifference to you as a human being, when they look at you like a symptom instead of a person, ask them how they did in vivisection class. Now, I'm not a vegan. I'm not a vegetarian. I need meat in my diet every single day or I get sick. My body starts to die. But there are ways to kill an animal for food that are painless and quick and humane, as humane as death can be. And we will be using all of these practices at the village. We will give our livestock, our farm animals, our food animals, a good life, a healthy life. And when we slaughter them for food, when we kill them, we will respect the fact that they are living beings and what their sacrifice will allow us to do. It will allow us to live. For all of us here at the 2012fad.com, this is Charlie Bluehawk, wishing you a really good day and reminding you, please, keep at least one good thought. The 2012 Fad is brought to you by Coffee and Blood, Love Letters Between the Dead, a series of 5 erotica horror novels about a fallen angel finding his way back to regain his own soul, and how the CIA war against the human race, their black magic, captures and traps him in the body of a mind-controlled slave designed to hunt down and to kill their god, their Satan.